Guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2023 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy all-wheel drive.
And before we start, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Eli and the rest of the management and staff here at Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're in the market for a new car or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And as most of you guys probably know by now, the Palisade has been Hyundai's midsize three-row SUV since 2020. That's when the first generation was released. We're still sitting on that first generation platform. However, we received a facelift for 2023. That facelift includes higher resolution dual 12.3-inch displays, updated LED headlamps, smart cruise control, thicker sound absorbing material. We get Hyundai's Digital Key 2, which is now iPhone compatible and allows you to start and stop your Palisade from your phone. The second row now gets ventilated seats, and we get third row heated seats too. Reverse parking avoidance assist. We get 5 trim levels for the 2023 Palisade now. The XRT is the all new trim level. The base SE starts under $35,000 at $34,950. The XRT that we reviewed sits right in the middle at $40,250. This is the Calligraphy with front wheel drive starting a tick under $49,000. Here we have the all wheel drive model starting a tick over $50,000. What do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice the updated grille design. It's not blacked out like it is on the XRT, but this brushed aluminum look is also very clean. We get a forward-facing camera panel that houses your advanced safety features, radar cruise control with stop and go from parking sensors, LED headlamps for the low and high beam with the daytime runners right outside. Very clean front end. I prefer this facelifted Palisade heavily compared to the pre-facelifted. As far as the wheel and tire setup, this is the top of the line Calligraphy all-wheel drive. We get these gunmetal gray and silver contrasted 20-inch rims wrapped in 245/50 R20 Hankook Ventus S1 Noble all-season tires. So very good tire when it comes to road noise. Not the best when it comes to grip, but we have the all-wheel drive here for this Palisade, so grip should be absolutely no problem. But anyway, we get a side sensor which helps our 360 LED turn signals on the mirror. We get an additional camera which helps us out with the blind spot sensor, so when we use our turn signals we can see everything that's in our blind spot thanks to our all new 12.3-inch digital display. The glass fills up the entire frame, very large side mirrors, heated and blind spot monitoring. On the glass, brushed aluminum for the window trim and the roof rails, brushed aluminum for the door handles and lower portion too. No shiny chrome anywhere in this SUV. I'll take a step back, try to give you guys a nice idea of this side profile. Not too much is changing when it comes to side profile. The biggest changes for the exterior are in the front end. But anyway, we could check out the window sticker real quick. It's pretty dark thanks to these tints, which look great, but it's gonna be pretty tough for you guys to see. We have the 2023 Palisade Calligraphy all-wheel drive. The base price is sitting at $50,800. We have a couple $100 in total options and a $1,300 destination charge, which totals us out at $52,770. You can pause, take a look at all the standard features. This is a loaded vehicle, top of the line 2023 Palisade, and we'll see everything that we get for the money. Anyway, out rear, push to open gas cap, no easy fill. You can throw 87 octane fuel if you want. Out rear, same wheel and tire setup, the smaller brake calipers. The only difference, additional side sensor to help out with the 360, LED taillights, more rear parking sensing. Palisade, which is brushed aluminum, not shiny chrome. The Hyundai badge though is shiny chrome, so I guess you got to knock them a little bit for that. H-track all-wheel drive. You can get a good look at your reverse lights, which are currently covered in some blue tape. This little box over here hides our trailer hitch. This SUV is rated to tow 5,000 pounds, and it has active trailer sway control for the Palisades with the trailer hitch. We get dual exhaust tips. They're just a single exhaust, as you guys can see, but I do like the dual tips. Speaking of the tips, let's fire up this 3.8 liter V6 and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 3.8 liter V6 sold by Hyundai for the 2023 Palisade Calligraphy all-wheel drive, and it sounds pretty decent for what it is, cranking out 291 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. Made it to this 8-speed automatic transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 in 6.9 seconds. That's what Car and Driver tested the 2023 Palisade all-wheel drive at. But basically what you see is what you get. Pretty good numbers, very smooth power delivery too. We get an aluminum stick that connects our 2 strut towers. We get struts too, which is appreciated for the hood, but pretty basic overall. I'm liking the tunnel that leads directly into your intake, which helps us get some colder air since the intake is positioned towards the back of the engine bay. This helps you get some colder air. But we can shut this thing up, take one more step back, get a good look at the front and styling. And as far as the interior, again, this is the top of the line 2023 Palisade Calligraphy with all-wheel drive. We can take a step inside and really check it out. So up top, we get the soft touch materials, aluminum door handle, this faux piano-ish kind of trim, not quite sure what to call it, but it looks very cool for the center portion. Two-person memory seats, brushed aluminum surrounding your window controls, quilted and stitched leather for the middle portion and the armrest. The armrest could be a tad bit softer, but it's still pretty soft. I like the aluminum speaker grille surrounding your Harman Kardon speakers. We get 2 speakers on the door panel, massive storage. You're fitting a big gulp in there with some footlongs surrounding it. The bottom portion is just some hard plastic. As we step inside, Palisade nameplate. The seats are quilted and perforated. The quilts are up top, perforation for the entire middle portion. Bolstering is solid. They are basically fully adjustable. You have adjustable thigh support, adjustable bolsters. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide. Massage seats with 4-way lumbar control. Taking a step inside though, we can really check it out. So to start it up, simply press this engine start stop button and you can see your digital displays come to life. We can get out of here. So beautiful displays. That's the first thing we notice as we step inside. Turn this air down by 1. But again, as far as the displays, the map is updated too. Absolutely beautiful display. It has better response than the previous Palisade, and the resolution is definitely a noticeable improvement. The steering wheel is also very impressive. It's not a tilt and telescope, unfortunately. Kind of would be expected with a top of the line calligraphy trim, but not a big deal. Still a great steering wheel, very thick up top, solid 10-2 bolstering notches, and we get a 6 o'clock spoke down beneath. These spokes are in a perfect location for us to still be able to rest our arm on the armrest. Aluminum paddle shifters. I'll turn this air down by another one because for some reason this thing sounds very loud. Anyway though, the controls on the steering wheel, voice commands, you have AM, FM, Sirius, volume, skip your songs. We can answer and hang up our phone calls. Favorites on the right side, this adjusts our infotainment display. We'll check that out in 1 second. Radar cruise control with stop and go, well, lane keep assist with active steering. So lane keep assist with active steering and radar cruise control with stop and go. As far as the adjustments for that infotainment screen, right now we're looking at our advanced safety features. You can press one more time, see the drive info, sensory fueling, accumulated info, and a digital speedometer. Turn by turn with a compass. We get active information about our tires, lets us know. We can see exactly what, we can see the power delivery at all times too. That's a pretty cool screen, and tire pressure while we're driving. But again, my personal favorite to look at all times would be our advanced safety features screen. Our speedometer goes to 160, about a 6,500 RPM tach. And unlike some of the other Hyundais with the digital display, the display doesn't change up depending on what drive mode we're in. So in comfort mode, this is the display with the aluminum looking background. In sport mode, everything stays the exact same. The only difference is the bolsters automatically inflate and makes you feel a little bit more snug in the seat, which is pretty cool, but the gauges themselves don't really change up. We'll start the review off in comfort, test out sport, and just see what the differences are. The stocks have a very satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and as you see, the blind spot pockets monitors as we use our turn signals. We also get automatic rain sensing wipers to left the steering wheel. We have our interior lighting, tow mode, traction control you can disable. You can open up your tailgate, electronic parking brake, and our fuse box right beneath. You can get a good look at your pedals. Floor mounted accelerator pedal. The dashboard has a nice soft touch texture to it, and we also get a pretty solid heads-up display. Very large screen. You can kind of notice the outlines of it, but the display itself, very solid. You can see just about everything you would need to see. Beneath the touchscreen, more soft touch. As far as the touchscreen, we can see everything that we have available in it. We got the map, navigation, phone projection, voice memo, but you guys can just check out. We can take a look at everything we have in our overall setup mode, vehicle, navigation, sound. Everything is adjustable through this display. Vehicle settings, you can see what is available. So driver assist, drive mode, heads up display, cluster, climate, seats, lights, door, digital key, and convenience is all adjustable. I'm not going to adjust anything. Let the potential owner of this vehicle adjust everything to their own liking. My personal favorite screen to look at all times would just be looking at this map. That pattern theme continues throughout the rest of this interior. We get a suede Alcantara headliner, which is also a very premium touch. Shortcuts if you don't want to go through your touchscreen. Dual zone auto climate control. Gear selector, which controls your 8-speed. Automatic transmission. As far as the backup camera, we can take a quick look. Very high resolution, and the 360 is just about perfect. We have several different camera angles too. We can get a look at an over-the-top little trailer hitch view, side view so you don't have to scratch up your wheels when you park close to any curbs, and a over-the-top full 360. This is an unbelievable camera, guys. Very high tech. It's an expensive SUV, but you get truly a lot for the money. The only thing I would wish we had for the money was a slightly upgraded engine, maybe the 3.3 turbo, the 3.5 liter twin turbo. Both those motors would be fantastic for the Calligraphy. But anyway, they're right back in the park. We immediately return back to our home screen. More aluminum surrounding all of this area, stitching for where your knee will often hit, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and you can get a quick look at your parking camera at all times. But anyway, we can close out of this. 2 cup holders, we can remove all of my crap from here. I got quite a bit today. Wireless charging pad, USB port, 2 cup holders. The cup holders simply pop out when you push, but the space, pretty solid overall, pretty soft for the armrest. I kind of wish it was a little bit softer, but really not a big deal. Very spacious, you can fit quite a bit of stuff in here, business cards, pens, or whatnot. Very spacious. For the console, I'd expect you to fit 5 or 6, well not 5 or 6, but like 3 2-liter bottles of soda comfortably, additional 12 volt in there. We can shut this thing right up after we put this little cubby back. Hopefully we can figure it out without making much of a mess. Cool. The latch for the glove box is outlined in aluminum. It's not lined with felt, the glove box. It's decently damp, not the most damp, but it's very spacious. You'll fit 25-30 license plates with no issues. Frameless rear view mirror, 3 garage home link settings on it, and it is a camera mirror, so check it out. Now the mirror turns into a camera, and I'll leave it like this for the review so you guys can have a good idea of what's behind me while we take it out for a drive. But that's about it, guys, for the interior. We also get a dual set of moonroofs, basically the same as the XRT we reviewed in this channel. I kind of wish it was a straight panel of glass like some of the competition does it, but makes sense. Only the front panel opens, and this kind of gives the backseat passengers their own little view out of the sunroof. We can open this thing right up, see how far it opens. Not very far. See if it goes any further. It does not. We can poke our way out of here. Pretty nice day today in Brandon, Florida. Sunny and 85, 89 degrees. It's getting a little bit hotter as the day progresses. We can shut the sunroof right up. That's about it for the front seat of this 2023 fully loaded Palisade Calligraphy. It is a nice SUV. We can check out the back seat, check out the third row and the trunk, and then take it out for a drive. So out rear, the materials are soft touch up top. We get sunshades, which is appreciated, especially if you have young children. Quilts for the center, aluminum surrounding the window control. Sorry guys, 12 ounce and a 16 ounce can fit right next to each other. More soft touch surrounding it. The bottom portion is hard plastic, not the most storage either, but you'll fit a 20-ounce water bottle with no issues. 2 speakers for the Harman Kardon sound system on the door panel. Palisade nameplate out rear. As we step inside, we get dual captain's chairs. They are fully adjustable. You can recline them and slide them back and forth. As far as the space, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have plenty of space. The seats go even further back, so I got at least like 6, maybe 7 inches of overall knee room. Mat pockets, it's like a leather mat pocket or cargo pocket, whatever you like to call it. Heated and ventilated seats for the second row. True third zone climate control too. We get 2 USB-C ports attached to both of the seats. Additional 12-volt AC adapter, but overall, very impressive. You might be noticing there's no vents on the console, but we get vents blowing directly in our face. Perfect spot. And thanks to the captain's chairs, we get individual armrests too. As soon as I figure out, I always have some trouble when it comes to these armrests, but we got it set right up. That's about it for the second row. If you can notice, we get some more interior illumination on the side. It's currently set to purple, but we can hop out of here, check out the third row real quick. Hopefully we can lift them up from the second row because they're currently folded down. All right, you press that button right to the side and the seats pop up automatically. Unfortunately, you can't do it from the second row, but I got long enough arms to figure it out. Pop up this headrest, and taking a step inside, very easy for a mid-size 3-row SUV. One of the most spacious in the segment. I got plenty of room in the third row. The seats back here can be adjusted. You have heated third row seats, USB-C, square cup holders. You can fit your square cups in there. Additional air vent blowing directly into your face. LED lighting, very impressive SUV. We get a third seatbelt for the center. I'm not quite sure if anybody would really fit back here. You can fit 3 kids back here, but I wouldn't expect you to fit more than 2 adults. But that's about it, guys, for the interior in general. Unbelievably spacious. The quality is definitely there. We'll take it out for a drive, of course, see if this 3.8 liter V6 has what it takes to justify charging over $50,000 for a Palisade. But as far as the luxury and materials, the price is definitely justified. We can hop out of here. Very easy process, guys. I don't struggle at all compared to some of the other mid-size 3-row SUVs. Hyundai definitely made it very simple. It says full LED system on the taillights. I didn't notice that originally. And underneath the S, we have a button which opens up our automatic power tailgate. Very low step-in. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, as we mentioned, and my knee is just like an inch or two below the step-in for the trunk. We can drop this third row seat right down, basically the same way as we picked it up. It's just a button beneath. And we can also drop the second row seats thanks to a click of a button. And if you drop those second row seats, I'd expect you to fit up to an 85-inch TV back here with no issues. Very spacious SUV. Left side, we get a subwoofer for this Harman Kardon sound system, but what you see is basically what we get. We do have a little bit of secret storage, tonneau cover, and our jack / fix-a-flat kit. But we can drop this thing, shut it right up, close the tailgate by pressing this button, take one last step back. It's an impressive SUV from the inside and out. Unbelievably luxurious, especially for the money. The 3.8 liter V6, I kind of wish we had an upgraded engine, because for a $50,000 Palisade, I would wish to have a little bit more power than the base $35,000 SE. But speaking of power, let's take this thing out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2023 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice is the auto hold doesn't let you move anywhere when you let off the brake pedal. I'm sure it's adjustable in the settings somewhere, but that was just the first thing I noticed. Another thing I noticed is the steering wheel does not telescope enough. My feet are the perfect distance away from the pedals right now, but my arm feels a little bit too far away. The steering feels great though. We're in comfort mode. I'll put my seatbelt on my water bottle because I know that thing's gonna be flying around any second now. But the steering feels good. I just wish it wasn't so far away. As soon as we get a chance, we'll take a step out into this multiple lane highway and I'll catch right back with you. All right, guys, taking a step out here. The throttle feels nice and sensitive. Even in comfort mode, we'll lean into it. We got to turn around. Yeah, it feels nice and smooth with its power delivery. It's not overwhelmingly powerful. It has 291 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque, so it's not bad. Like I said, I'll turn this camera mirror on so you can see what's behind me. We'll get a good chance to see this SUV's turning radius as soon as this light turns green. All right, guys, turning around. The start-stop takes a second to let you start moving, which I'm not the biggest fan of. The turning radius is great. Power, okay. Yeah, it won't blow you away, but it definitely picks up speed well. We can take our hands off the steering wheel, and as you see, it keeps us centered in our lane perfectly. Watch that. Wow, that is an impressive feature. It's starting to remind me to put my hands on the wheel, but hopefully you saw it definitely works. We can test out sport mode. We immediately increase our revs. The bolsters pinch you a little bit better. The transmission response, quicker. Yeah, it definitely pulls just as hard. It's not going to change the power of this vehicle. It's a nice SUV. The ride quality is excellent. The sound isolation is fantastic. We get dual pane windows on the Palisade Calligraphy. I believe all Palisades get dual pane windows. I haven't gotten the chance to check out the SE yet. Hopefully I can get my hands on the SE. For a sub $35,000 SUV, that thing seems absolutely ridiculous. Even the SEL at $37,500 for a base price. The Calligraphy is starting to get a little bit expensive, not because of the materials. The materials are 100% there. This is a legitimate luxury SUV. Headliners, microfiber. I just wish for the $50,000 price point, it included a upgraded engine. I know that Hyundai and Kia have the 3.3 liter twin turbo V6 and the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 for the Genesis cars, and I wish we saw something like that for the Calligraphy. I understand we don't need to be making 375 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque like we do in the GV80, but if we can get the power figures to like 330, 340 with like 350 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, you can charge $55,000 for the Palisade. Just give us an optional upgraded engine. That is my only complaint with the Palisade. But one more time, we'll be able to check out this car's turning radius. We're in sport mode now. Yeah, the throttle is definitely more sensitive. Looks like everybody and their mother is making a U-turn here. Yep. I guess this is the spot. As soon as we straighten ourselves out though, on the gas. Oh, nice. Picks up speed well. There's definitely a noticeable fall in torque after every shift, because it's a naturally aspirated engine and the power is just higher when you're higher in the revs. But it's still a very smooth power delivery. You're not fishing for power. You're still doing 60 in under 7 seconds. Compared to vehicles like the Acura MDX, Infiniti QX60, Cadillac XT6, or really any vehicle on the Chevy Traverse platform, those are like the main competitors when it comes to naturally aspirated V6 three-row SUVs, and I prefer the Palisade. I probably wouldn't necessarily go with the Calligraphy trim simply because it doesn't have any more power than the SE. If it had more power than the SE, I would 100% recommend going with the Calligraphy trim. But me, personally, I would probably go with an SEL or maybe even an XRT if I was going with the Hyundai Palisade. But overall, this is an incredible SUV. The luxury is there. It's not slow by any means. And if you're looking for a luxury three-row SUV and you're comparing between vehicles like the Acura MDX, Cadillac XT6, Infiniti QX60, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Palisade Calligraphy. And a huge thanks to Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're in the Tampa area looking for a new car or SUV, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You know the channel's just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars or SUVs you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too, and I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.